Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Alicia De Jong here, and welcome to this afternoon's Facebook Live. Okay, why Facebook populates. I have Michaela spamming me in the background. I have no idea what she's going to do, but I told her not to do anything too bad. I don't know what she's going to do. But anyway, hello and welcome to this afternoon's live, number 2 for the day. I was going to talk today about... So I was just on a really interesting conversation with my good mate Peter Nguyen. Peter rocks. If you don't follow Peter, well then you should. Peter Nguyen. So what I was going to talk about is, hi guys, please let me know who's there too. Please say hello and interact with this conversation. Also, before I get into it, there's a share button here somewhere. If you could share it out, I'd really appreciate it. Helps me out, helps you out, helps us all out, and I would do the same for you. Okay. So what do we do when we feel like no one is watching our Facebook Lives? Like, what do we do? Hey, Victoria, congratulations. So what do we do when we feel like no one is watching us? You know, like you do these Facebook Lives and up near the little eyeball up the top, no one is there and no one is watching. Like, what do you do? How do you push through? Well, a couple of things I do when I feel like no one is watching me is I just keep talking. I just keep talking. You want to make your Facebook Lives go for 10 minutes. And at the end of the day, people are really watching. Big Brother really is watching you out there. It's interesting. There's a lot of people that watch the replays of these. Plus, you just don't know, you know, like I know a lot of my audience. Hey, Lise, you're always watching. I love that you're always watching. And one of the things is, like, I know a lot of my audience is actually in the US, and I do have people in Australia, like Lise. And they'll watch the replays. They will get a notification in their notifications when they wake up in the morning. You know, your phone's full of all these notifications, and it'll say that this person's gone live and this person's posted into this group and all that kind of stuff. So people do watch the replays. Also, you need to notice to make sure that people do comment on the replays. So that's why it's important to say, hey, replay viewers, please like, comment, share down the bottom. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can, probably when I wake up. So I can't talk about anything. You just talk. Prattle on. Yeah, no, you got to give value. You've got a lot you can talk about. You've got all your French, and you've got, I don't know, how you can help people and tutoring and, you know, like on-sell your tutoring and coaching. Anyway, a different subject, but it is really lonely sometimes when you think to yourself, no one's watching, right? Would you guys agree? Like, I know I've been on some Facebook Lives, and I just feel like no one is watching me. And it's just like, oh, that's really sad. I feel really sad today because no one... Good, I can talk. Cool. And it's really sad when no one hops on and you're like, man, but why do they get 12 people, 40 people, and then they get all these comments and they get all these shares? It's really tough. And it can be lonely. But what I do and the way that I push forward is I keep thinking in my head that there's going to be people watching the replay, and I am being consistent. And that is the most 2 important things, to be consistent and just keep powering through. As me and Pete were just talking about, you know, like, it is the consistency that is key, and that is what going to push you through. Yeah, I get that too. Have then had a look later and see all my views. Totally, right? You know, it's all the replay views and the shares and everything else that happens on the back end. You know, you can't. Sometimes we just need to be patient, and not everyone you can't expect everyone to be present now, because people could be driving, people could be walking the dog, people could be doing whatever, you know. So there's all sorts of reasons why people can't jump on live, or they may be sitting in a doctor's surgery and they've just seen it come up and they're like, oh, I'd like to listen to that, but I can't because someone will hear it. So yeah, there's all sorts of things, right? So it's really important that you just keep pushing through, and consistency is key. Just keep pushing through and keep getting your message out there daily, absolutely daily, at least 5 days a week. You need to keep going. I know it can be tough sometimes. We all have our ups and downs. And I talked about that yesterday afternoon, the whole roller coaster ride journey. And that can be tough. You know, the roller coaster ride is tough. And we have our ups, we have our downs, but we just need to keep going. And that's the way it is. So, yeah. So, Big Brother is always watching. There's always someone out there watching you. And sometimes, actually, the more content and value that you can give people, one day you're going to say something that's going to prick someone's ears up and they're going to go, wow, actually, that's really interesting. I was just thinking about that. And then they're going to reach out to you and make a connection. And before you know it, they're on your team or they're buying a course that you can promote or whatever it is, you know. I know it's how I joined a lady who I'm part of a group with. I actually joined her because I followed her on Periscope. Her name is Bonnie, and I followed her for a very long time on Periscope. And one day I'm hanging my washing up, and I just, because I like to listen to things while I do this, you're providing value, so don't cut yourself short. I'm not being too hard on myself. It's just a conversation I've just been having a little bit, and it's just like, yeah, it's my wear here, Lee. You know, it keeps inspiring each other on. But yeah, and I've got that. That's my why. So I was going to say something really important, Michaela. You just made me lose it. Now I've just completely lost my train of thought. So, oh, yeah. So, yeah, this lady, Bonnie, I follow, and I've never had a conversation with her. Anyway, I was watching her on Periscope one day. A subject came up, a notification she was on. It was on about, like, emails and opt-ins, and I'm hanging my washing up and went, oh, I'll listen to this. So, you know, I've swiped across, listened to it while I'm doing my household chores. Before I know it, I'm actually buying in. And, yeah, bloody kid, I'm buying into one of her courses because she actually really targeted on what I would need, what I was thinking I needed right there and then, which was to learn a lot more about opt-ins and ideal client avatars. And I needed that extra training. And she happened to pinpoint my pain on that day. So this is why it's really important just to keep consistent, keep giving value back out to your market, keep provide trainings. Don't be all spammy. Just keep giving value back to the market. And you can do this. You can do it in so many ways. You can do it by sharing what you learn. You can do it by, sharing what you learn, books that you're reading, podcasts that you're listening to. Everything that you're learning, you need to regurgitate and put it back out there. And that's what is going to make the end result good. That makes sense. Now, that was a roll. I think it's beer o'clock. It's Friday, right? Yay! Definitely need a beer. So, Michaela's spammed me in the background. So, yeah, like, does that make sense, guys? You know, do you find sometimes that people, you just feel like no one's watching you and, you know, like, why am I doing this? And what am I going to, man, you know. And then other days it feels like everyone's watching you. It's such a roller coaster journey, up, down, around and back again. And